Welcome to the Cans Across the World podcast. This is episode 84, and it's me, Seán. And again, this week we've got Darren Matthews. What's the crack, sir?
I'm only here because this is a very, very special episode. This is when Seán has stopped dicking around, and finally, the homebrew is ready, boys.
Yeah.
I picked up my wee exclusive last night, and the temptation to drink it for breakfast this morning. I was nearly gonna drink it and phone you and be like, I dropped that bottle, you're gonna have to give me an album. Sorry, lad.
It's like it's on a path in Uri or wherever. Fucking hell. What's the crack, sir? Are you alright?
I'm grand. How are you? Here, listen back to the podcast you did last week, man. That was cracker with Metal for Life. Very good.
Yeah.
Folks, if you didn't hear that last week, after you listen to this episode, nip back and listen to that. It was cracker. Really, really good.
Yeah, I had such a good time with it. Even listening back, Gareth is just so full of knowledge. That mindfulness exercise he shared with us was unbelievable. The one about like eating chocolate, where you have to taste it, you have to smell it, and explain it to someone else, using your senses. Unbelievable, like really cool.
How do we go? Did you?
Yeah, I had a wee go like a couple of times this week instead of, as you said, just get that down you. Just eating the whole chocolate bar in like a minute.
Which is absolutely what I would normally do. I did last night with a Kit Kat. God love it.
But I had to bring up something just before we get started. So I was waiting on you to come on, just because you were doing updates to Skype there. But I stuck on Hammer Smash Face by Cannibal Corpse just to psych myself up for the podcast, you know.
Good tune.
And then straight after it was Numa, the video, the video where Danny Carey's playing? It's by Tool. But it's like a 12-minute long song. And Danny Carey's like, he's just playing, and it's just so cool. So it's just mesmerized by there. And then you rang like 9 minutes into it, and I was like, oh, fuck's sake, here he is. So it's...
Don't make me feel bad for wanting to hang out and drink beer. Fuck
I know.
You. You haven't had a drink in a month. You can do like 3 minutes of a Tool song.
I know. Anyway, so beer. Let's crack the lids. So this week we're drinking the Hummet APA by me.
Great, I'm fucking excited. Available only from Seán's house.
I know. It's like I was just thinking earlier, like I'm actually really proud of this. It's kind of like, you know, when you go to your mate's house, like at a house party, and you stick on your own band. It's kind of
and nobody turns it over.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's Seán's band. Just let it play. It's like review your own beer on the podcast.
Right. Because this is a special night for you, I've broken out the special bottle opener, which I've never used on a cans episode before. Now, normally I just crack the lid with whatever, but this time I brought I don't know if you can see this. It's the Oktoberfest 2017 Uri 5K medal.
Amazing.
This is the only competitive 5K I've ever run in my life. I got this medal for running, and the only reason I ran the 5K was because it was for charity, and they give you beer at the end because beer is isotonic. So you run a 5K, you come back, they give you a non-alcoholic Erdinger because it's isotonic to like replenish your fluids. And then I had like a stein at the beer fest, and because I'd ran a 5K and exerted a lot of energy, absolutely wankered after one beer. It was fantastic.
Brilliant.
So, crack a lid. I'm excited with this show. Very fucking excited.
Yeah. I'm very excited as well. I've cracked the lid. I'll get it poured as well.
Oh, that was lovely. Yes, buddy. I also brought a glass. This deserves a glass. Normally I just drink it from the bottle like a savage, but
it smells heavy.
It smells pure like a fucking juice box or something.
Yeah.
Something you give a child in the 90s to make them go away.
It's like you're a wee fucking, you're an uncle to the wedding going, oh, here, do you want to try this? Do you want to drink your first beer, son?
I know, it's lovely. It's really malty or something. It's good. Yeah. color as well. I thought you were gonna make something really light. That's cracker.
Yeah, it's very dank. I'll probably fire up the video of this podcast, to be fair, like.
Just to really show off.
Yeah, just look at that. Look at the robe on that. That's like Hugh Hefner's pajamas.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
Happy days. Hobby days.
Happy days. I'm sure someone's already used that one.
Yeah, probably.
Right. Just before I'm just going to let that sit because I'm just admiring as a wee thing of beauty. Just before we go, Seán, was this just on my bottle or is this on anyone else's where it looks like you know when you do tests when you're in school and you get points for showing you're working out?
Aye.
Why have you done a really, like you fucked up a swastika? What's the crack there?
Oh, I have no idea. I wish I had something funny to say about that.
What does this mean?
Because it's the IBU section of the bottle, which is International Bitterness Units. Doesn't really apply to this because there's no real like bitterness of it.
And you didn't want to write NA?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Look.
Nice. Mine's nicely settled and all. I'm excited about this. But you should take first drink. This is your beer. I see. Love your labeling. How many did you actually get out of your case that you had? How many bottles did you get out of it?
So I've got 10 sitting there.
Oh boys, this is pure exclusive. I'm so excited.
Yeah, so 10 bottles sitting there.
Not be there in the morning, boys. Seán hasn't had a beer in a month.
I'll be rolling into work tomorrow. Just steaming. Like not hungover. Like man's got a drink. Have we sniff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very malty. Lots of citrus. Obviously the look is very dank. Look at that. That is. And it's got a nice, like, look at the bottom. Like the bottom's got a nice sort of like see-through kind of thing. There's no sediment. Aye, fucking hell. Let's get last.
It kind of floats up. Go for it. You go first. Seán is now drinking the beer for those of you listening at home. Happy?
That's great. Oh wow. There's a wee bit of caramel about there as well, I think.
Seán sounds really surprised about that being great because he knows he made it.
Yeah. So
right,
there you go.
Did you go sippy first, or did you go for a full mouthful?
I went for a full mouthful and kind of swashbuckled it across the mouth.
I'll give it a go now. Just him.
So just so you know, you are being recorded, so your thoughts and feelings about this are also being recorded, as well as, you know, my feelings will be affected by this too.
Seán, I'm gonna double dip this. I enjoyed that. I'm just gonna make sure that I did enjoy that. Hang on, sorry.
Get in.
Oh yeah, first one was lovely. Swished it around the tongue. Second one just took it straight in and then let it hit the back of the palate. See how it goes. It's real juicy. My mouth's watering after I drank it.
Yeah,
it's great.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be only 4.5, but it tastes so much stronger.
Yeah, it definitely does.
It tastes like a 5.6 or 6 even.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you make beer in your bath.
When you keep pouring whiskey into it.
I thought that's what that cask finish series was. Isn't that just whacking a bottle in to top her up? No, that's not what they do.
Yeah, it's like it's gotta have a Lafroig head.
Yeah, I like that, mate. So far, fucking fair play to you.
Not too bad. Cheers, boy.
And the important thing is, I haven't gone blind. So let's keep going.
I will see.
It's gonna be like potching. You have like a minimum or a maximum your amount, and then people are like, no, that's no more for you, sir. That's so surprising. I haven't had an IPA in ages. That's so easy. I see what you mean about the kind of the dank, and then mate, there's so much in that in the bottle after you finish it as well. Just hangs in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually do. If you have a wee jig in, you have a wee bit of sediment in the bottom, but it's obviously just from it all settling. That's just because it's been sitting in my fridge chilling. I probably should. See your next one. Roll the bottle, and you'll clean all that stuff out, and you might get a wee bit of darkness in the bottom of the glass.
Nice Good shade.
What do you think? As an APA, what made you decide on an APA first? Most people's first attempt is let's just do a lager because it's hard to make a balls of.
Because I'm a wee bit of a snob about lagers. Because I think it's because I grew up with lagers, like your Tennants, your fucking your Harp and all that kind of stuff on tap in the bar.
That's not being a snob.
No, but us boys coming from like a small town, stuff like that here, that's what we be drinking as kids. So we're well used to it.
Literally children.
Literally children. That's your. I mean, Maggie Thatcher took away milk and she gave us lager. That sort of thing. So we're well used to our lagers, but I wanted to do something more flavoursome and a wee bit heavy. I was kind of thinking, like, I basically want to make Smithwick's. Remember the classic Smithwick's before it was a couple of different types of Smithwick's and stuff like that here?
Yeah, that pissed me off as someone who's drank Smithwick's all my life. Like, one of my first pints was Smithwick's. I still drink it now at 35. And when I'm like, can I get a pint of Smithwick's? And they go, Smithwick's red? I'm like, what? They're like, well, there's Smithwick's red, Smithwick's pale, and Smithwick's. I'm like, stop explaining stuff and get me a fucking Smithwick's, would you?
Yeah.
Like, those are three different beers. Just, you know what I mean? If I just ask you for a Smithwick's, if I want a Smithwick's blonde, I'll ask you for a Smithwick's blonde. Don't make me take off my belt.
That's it. No, but I wanted to make something a wee bit heavier. And like the likes of the beers, the beers named after a game I used to play with my granny and granda. So wanted to make something proper old school, like something sort of tasty, like something mental. So the beer is named after the game we used to play called Hummet, which is basically a family game we used to play in the kitchen. And everybody used to sit down and you'd have two teams and you'd have to hum a song and the other team would have to guess what the song was, sort of thing.
Okay.
And your own team could guess what the song was as well, and whoever guessed it first would win.
Is it kind of like that game you used to play in Nevermind the Buzzcocks, but they could do all the actions and different percussions and stuff where your only skill is humming it?
Yeah, pretty much. You're just straight up just humming a song.
How difficult were you able to make it, or did it in the rules of fair play did it have to be something that the family might know?
Oh no, it could be anything at all.
You're doing like fucking Gojira B-sides, and your grand only knows like a run of vein. That's it.
Meshuggah bleed. but or whatever it is. It's just straight up heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. So I was thinking like recently, because it's coming up to Christmas and stuff like that. Obviously, my granddad's not here because he's in the unfortunate position of being dead. He's not with us anymore.
Do you know what? He doesn't give a fuck anymore, so it's fine.
He does not. And we all miss him. But I thought I'd do a wee tribute to what we did and just call it Hummet.
I like that because I did see that you had you did put on the page suggestions for names.
Aye.
You got a couple of clinkers as well. I remember having a good laugh at that. Like so.
Yeah, there were some great names in there, and unfortunately, people learned a strong lesson in democracy, which doesn't always go your way. Forget about it. It's not fair.
I feel like yours was more of an autocracy, where you were like, "Nah, that's thanks for playing, but fuck off."
The state always wins.
You can't fight Strabane City Hall.
That's it, but I was just thinking, meant to ask you, because you have been running the podcast with Jordan, the football podcast. Have you chatted about Diego Maradona yet?
Well, Sean, just because you're on the night, I can reveal that this week's episode is story. We do a part of the episode every week called Story Time, where we pick a different historical sporting event or person, and Maradona obviously got his own wee special part of the episode this week, so there's a good 20 minutes on him about the life and loves of Maradona, his life being football, his loves being cocaine. So
amazing. I actually had to edit one of my like reviews for Cans Across the World. So I reviewed like a a beer, and I said in the review I was sniffing with the intensity of Diego Maradona.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm going to take that out and pretend it never happened, and obviously never mention it in the podcast, so it didn't happen, you know.
Got you.
So I don't get in trouble.
So no, it's so you don't get in trouble in 30 years' time.
Yeah. When
And
I'm
then somebody will defend you and say stuff like, "Look, everybody thought that way back then. Okay, you can't be."
Yeah, this is it. But what a character!
Absolutely. Won a World Cup in 1986 and then played 2 games 8 years later and was sent home for failing the drugs test. What a guy.
Amazing, like.
Yeah. As football skill goes, he was at least a nose in front. It was fucking...
Unbelievable, hey.
Man,
yeah,
every time I go to take a drink of this, the smell just hits. It's so good.
Yeah. It seems to effervesce so fast.
It's so different as well because I've been drinking a lot of, like, weirdly enough, even though it's coming in the winter when I normally switch on to like red ales and stouts and stuff, like go heavier as the weather gets colder because you want to be comfy with a big bold flavour. I've still been drinking a lot of light beers, and there's a lot of sessions going into me and a lot of pales just for like refreshment purposes.
Oh, brilliant.
Just getting, because you can just get home from work and just fucking chin one of them, and it's nice. It's real fucking bright and fresh, and just like lagers for when you want to drink a heap of them, stouts when you want to really sit and enjoy fucking a nice warm room. So that reminds me as well. I still have the box for stouting about. So we got it post lockdown. We gotta meet up before they lock down again a week later.
Yeah, 100%. Like, here, hold on. Is that Just Eat pen?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake. That's where it went to get.
There was 2 of them.
Right then.
Yeah. I recently left my job where I worked with Seán, and I didn't even have the brains to steal anything good. I took a pen home.
I'm so professional.
Yeah. So professional. I just took a pen home. Not including the 57 pens I gave to other staff members and never saw again.
But anyway, so your podcast with Jordan, and you're releasing like a Patreon soon.
We're talking about that. So we're gonna do we're gonna have our normal episodes, which will be our weekly roundup with sports. So we've been pretty much covering at the present, because of what's on and what's not on with COVID. We've been doing the Premier League, bit of European football, covering the Gaelic football and hurling and rugby because the autumn internationals are on. We'll chop and change as the year goes on, and we've actually asked people. Like, we did a Dream 11 series where we picked our favorite 11 players ever, and we were like, we don't know how many listeners we have, so we were like, can we get people's Dream 11? And a lot of people sent them in. It was great. So we're going to do like another episode where we just read out people's Dream 11 and say stuff like, absolute him, no, but yeah, fucking, that's what's going to be for half an hour. Remember that guy? Jesus, Google his Wikipedia, fucking score rates immediately. So, yeah, we've been doing wee story time. So Jordan's brilliant at doing the research thing. Like, most of the podcast is Jordan teaching me stuff. It's brilliant.
Class.
So we did one about the Curse of the Bambino, about Babe Ruth, and we did one about what was one of the others? We did the Maradona one this week, and we also did one about Bloody Sunday in 1920 in Dublin.
Oh yes.
Yes, at the game between Dublin and Tipperary. So it was all that's 100 years ago to the day, and there was a special commemoration. So we did a bit about it on the podcast. But so far so good. The podcast's been going good, man. We Jordan got us a cool wee logo as well, which is me and my retro top, and then we got so far so good. We recorded yesterday. It's up today, so it'll be out the same time this is out, basically. So if you enjoy my ramblings and also like sport, when you finish listening to this, and then when you finish listening to the Metal for Life episode I did with Seán, then go and find Injury Time Podcast.
I'll put all the links on cancercrossworld.com, just for anybody that doesn't know how to use the internet, or that this podcast was recorded a couple of days ago.
But Seán will not get editing this until he's drank all 10 of his beers.
I know. So it'll be like a mishmash train wreck. It's going to be awesome.
Seán, how long do these take to make if you stick on an odd batch, or have you got the second batch in?
I've got a cider on at the minute.
Big shout for the winter time, like.
That'll be ready in 2 weeks. So but I'll probably stick on another one of these. I was thinking maybe a wee IPA next, maybe a wee session, something pure light.
Something you can drink all 14 of in one night down in Strabane for Christmas.
Yeah, I can't wait. Something my dad will actually drink, because like my dad's not really into the craft beer vibe. He's more a lager kind of fan, because I remember like I tried to get him to drink I think it was a Kinniger, like the rust bucket back in the day, and he was like, that's like dishwater.
And you're like,
So,
you literally drink water and chemicals, Dad. That's what you're drinking right there.
This is made in the bath in Glasgow, Dad.
Yeah. This is preservatives and water from the foil. You know what I mean? This is fucking hell.
Yeah, pretty much like.
No, I have that. My old boy drinks Carlsberg. What does your dad drink?
He's pretty much Carlsberg as well. Like Carlsberg and Tennant's. He doesn't really get into the hard vibe. But
Harp wouldn't be my deal at all. I'm trying. I would have drank. Funnily enough, I've always been a Smithwick's man, even as like a 19-year-old. You know, people are trying to be cool and drink all the trendy drinks. I just been sitting there with a pint of Smithwick's, going, I guess I'll never be cool. You know. Who's the old boy? And then obviously changed my life when I get into the old craft beers and was like, stuff can taste of things. Yes.
Oh fuck! I remember my granddad's drink was a pint of Smithwick's and a chaser of Poyers.
Like every time. Surely you're not going to taste the third pint of Smithwick's after you've had 3 Powers. Like,
I don't think he had taste buds, my granddad. That was just his whole vibe. Actually, on my 18th birthday, right? So, 18th birthday, having the crack, everybody's in there, but my granddad arrives late. Lands in, and obviously, I was a wee bit drunk at this stage. He comes in the door, and I'm just like, oh, fucking, where's my wee granddad? So I ran over, give him a hug, and says, oh, happy to see you, granddad. And he goes, oh, happy birthday. And he goes, do you want a drink? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'd love a drink, granddad. And he goes, all right, I just tell the barman what you want there. I'll have a pint of Smithwick's and a Powers. I ended up paying for his fucking round.
at your own 18th birthday?
Out of my own pocket.
Absolutely scammed. What a gentleman. I'm sure you miss him every day.
Yeah, he was a chancer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Miss him dearly, but he owes me $10.50.
I know. Oh, absolutely classically. But yeah, that's the whole crack with them boys back in the day.
Have you? I was gonna say what's the beer news this week, but that's just fucking great beer news. You get scammed by a pensioner, like that's so good.
No, it's a whole vibe. So I've actually got a whole pile of beer news this week, man. So incidentally, there's one you were talking about earlier. It was Beer 52 because you had a wee delivery. So Craft Beer Club Beer 52 rides lockdown wave with investors on tap. Beer 52 has hired bankers to raise funds for international expansion, it says.
Right.
So they're saying they're going international. So out of interest, how many subscribers do you reckon Beer 52 have around the world?
I'm going to say 30,000.
200,000.
Fuck right off. Actually.
Absolutely.
That is class.
So they've got 200,000 active subscribers. And, no, I'll skip past that. I don't want to get into the anti-British thing, but it's like they want to capitalize on a surge from curfew hit Brits. I was a subscriber. I'm Irish.
Yeah. To be fair, I was drinking like fuck in the first lockdown. Like I was ordering, they were putting on a load of special boxes, so I was getting my monthly delivery, and then also ordering more stuff because I was on furlough. Was peshed all the time. It was class.
That's something. But they're going to expand again. So they've hired a whole pile of bankers and stuff like that there to finance them, and they're going to expand globally.
Nice.
That's amazing. That's the company I actually lied about to get out of the subscription.
Yeah, see, I don't get this. This is definitely, you can actually, I've cancelled it before. You can actually just phone up and go, sorry lads, this is a luxury item I can no longer afford, so no thank you.
I know, but I think I've got a bit of the Catholic guilt about me. I'm just like, I was like, oh, they'll be very, very distraught without thinking this is a multi-million-pound corporation. Like, you
With
don't have
200,000 subscribers worldwide.
Yeah, this is it. But I think that's the beauty of their marketing, because it seems like a small operation. It's kind of like Brewdog, where Brewdog position themselves as an independent brewery. So, like, a lot of people I know who are into Brewdog are all like, "Oh, fucking, I'm drinking a craft beer. It's an independent thing," and I'm just thinking, they've been around for a while. They've got a bit of money about them. It's not like they're
Yeah, I think like
or
2007 or something. So they've a few pound about them, boys, or as we would say, or where I come from in the world, we would say they're rotten with who.
That's it, like.
He's rotten with who, that boy.
Rotten with who. Doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was it anyway. Beer 52 are going to expand. Another one for you. So there's a piece of beer history found under the floorboards. Rob Hind in Sadberg.
Is there actually a town called Sadberg?
Yeah.
Is that in Germany?
It's in no, it's actually in Darlington. Oddly enough.
As in England?
Yeah.
Sadberg. Anything with Bergen, it surely is like America or European.
Oh, Germany.
Like Salzburg, yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose Salzburg is Austria. Sorry for interrupting. My brain's fucking flying here. And what happened then?
So he's found like a whole pile of like old beer bottles underground, under the floorboards basically. It was an old brewery called Heinz Brewery.
Right.
And they were based in Darlington. So he's found a whole pile of empty beer bottles, but nothing inside them.
Okay.
Probably
has it evaporated, or what's the crack?
I don't know. They're probably just haunted bottles.
Dead on. Has he unleashed like an evil genie into the town, expecting it to be a lovely beer?
He could have done. There's probably like a town in America that's like got coal fires burned on the ground or some shit.
Silent Hill.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the town's mysteriously dead.
Yeah, I know why, boys.
So it gives you a wee bit of history about this as well. It says, despite the similarity in surnames, Rob is not related to the globe-trotting brothers Thomas Perkin-Hind and George Rinsdale Hind. Remember them?
Aye.
They apparently started their brewery in Ridsdale Street in 1871 after a spell in the New Zealand Army fighting the Maoris. I love they say fighting the Maoris. They didn't say being colonial bastards and trying to conquer the Maoris.
No mention of ethnically cleansing the land, no.
Yeah, it's like fighting the Maoris. Hang on, like England is a different country than New Zealand. That's like you shouldn't have been in New Zealand in the first place.
Yeah. What was doing there? Why did you need so many sheep with you? What's the crack?
Anyway, moving on. It's like very, very quickly go down that rabbit hole, would you? Like, these are bad lads.
Yeah. 4 beers in, Sean's smashing the laptop.
It's like
just Googled something, bastards. A lot of them.
It's only news out today as well. It's like it's not even historical. So Foster's from Australia. So they're actually going to embark on a new campaign to reintroduce their own beer to Australians.
Yep, I know this from living in Australia. I was chatting to a bloke, not because he's Australian, so he's a bloke. He's not a guy. And the first pint of Foster's he ever had was in Heathrow Airport
No way.
from Australia. Foster's was originally brewed in Melbourne, but it's international. It's not. It's like if you're in Ireland and you get a Kilkenny, that's made for export. You'll see that around the world more so than here in Ireland. You'll find that easier anywhere else than in Ireland. Like so.
Yeah.
Fun fact, boys. Fun fact.
Yeah, I think a lot of has to do with like Guinness, like owned a license to a lot of the taps around Ireland, don't they? Where like if you opened a bar, two of the taps would have to be Guinness. So you'd have Guinness and fucking whatever other shit lager they want to sell you.
Yeah, that's true
or,
as well.
Or something like that. But yeah, this is an article that says the brewer of Australia's best known beer is set to relaunch a brand that's become foreign to many locals. So basically, just want to get Australians into Foster's beer.
I mean, they can give it a go. They do have some horrendous beers over there, so yeah, they'll probably have a go at it. All right.
When you were out there, did you notice they had many craft beers?
Yeah, there was actually plenty of it, man. Load of Melbourne. The place I used to live, I was very lucky. I lived around the corner from a craft brewery. I lived on a farm in Margaret River, round from a place called the Colonial Brewery, which I think now has rebranded because it was the Colonial Brewery. But there was also, you could walk. I remember a very funny story of the guy whose farm I was working on. I phoned him. I was like, "Where are you at?" And he was like, "I'm at the Quaramut Brewery." And I was like, "All right, I get dropped off." So it was like a couple of miles, 2 miles around the road, and they'd be dirt roads from the farm. I land off at the Quaramut, and he's like, "Do you want a wee beer?" And I was like, "I'll have a beer. Thanks very much." And I got a beer, and then I see he's sitting with the same one, so he's only had the one beer, and I've had two. And then as we're leaving, he throws me the keys for like this. It's a big ute, so a big like farm vehicle basically, or like a flatbed truck kind of thing you'd see in America. And I was like, whoa, whoa. I goes, I can't drive home. I goes, I have had two beers, and he was just like, yeah, but I had four before you got here, so you have to drive home.
Classic.
So folks, don't drink and drive unless you're in the middle of the outback in Australia, where the nearest cop is 200 miles away. That's the rules, okay?
Oh, brilliant! Like,
Yeah, no, it's not like drink driving. It's not right.
Oh no! Oh, absolutely not. I mean, on the podcast, we frown. we won't be angry. We'll be disappointed if you drink drive.
Worse. So much worse.
I mean, if the police like didn't stop you, they just like text you and says, "Look, we're very disappointed." You'd pull over and walk home, like.
Yeah, you'd be like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry. I feel terrible with this."
Please, don't tell me, Manda.
I can't take the shame of her staring me out at Sunday dinner. Please don't tell me that.
You are going straight to mass in the morning. You're going to tell the priest exactly what you did. Oh no, not the priest, mommy.
Oh no. Absolutely not. You wouldn't be thrilled with that, like.
No. Oh, maybe. Moving on. Vital stunt. Shocking picture shows Aussie SAS soldier drinking beer out of a dead Taliban fighter's prosthetic leg. It's not Mad Libs. It's an article from The Sun.
Okay. Repeat that headline, but slower.
Shocking picture shows Aussie SAS soldier drinking beer out of dead Taliban fighter's prosthetic leg.
I was trying not to laugh the first time because I wasn't sure if you'd said what you'd said.
It's like, it's crazy. Like, did you have to say he was dead? Like, the prosthetic leg's already dead. That's it.
Like he could have just took it off the lad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like an alive guy and drinking that. He didn't have to kill him.
Yeah, let him watch. Do you want to see something funny? That's not funny. I don't drink. Fucking Taliban, man.
I feel pretty annoyed by this. I know you can't see what I'm saying, but they blurred out the guy's face. But surely they should have blurred out the leg. because I could probably identify who the guy was from the prosthetic leg.
Aye, he'd be like,
Oh, hold on, that's Abdul's leg. What the fuck?
yeah, no way. Get that man on the phone, see if he's alright.
I know that prosthetic leg tattoo.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd know that wobbly knee anywhere. That's our fella.
but oh, there you go. It was so the guy was at an SAS headquarters in Perth as well.
Oh, that's right. Still, not at the SAS headquarters. I don't want to be taken in for questioning by the local. Oh, Perth. I meant the city of Perth is where I was. Jesus.
Gonna have to write a wee disclaimer.
Yeah. Darren does not know these boys.
So here's an interesting one. So have you heard about the Brewdog like competition recently? Where they've got like a gold beer can, and if you find this gold beer can inside a 12 deck of Punk IPA, you get to go on a tour of their factory. It's kind of like a Willy Wonka deal.
Okay, the golden ticket.
Yeah, so this article out says that the delivery drivers are apparently tampering with the boxes.
Right.
There's
Crafty.
a bit of messing.
Because they know what's it. Or surely it does not come, because those companies always have those disclaimers that you're not able to enter if your family works for the company.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be in play here. So like, oh, did you win? Yeah, I did on. Who do you work for? Funny enough, it worked for you. Aye, give me that back, you dickhead.
I fell off the back of the lorry.
Yeah, my lorry.
But the prize money is up to 25 grand. So
Just get Stamen and Brewdog over Christmas and see how you get on.
Pretty much, yeah. But there was actually a case like a couple of weeks ago where a guy found like the gold can through his dog sniffing it. I don't know how it works because beer smells like beer.
How did he have a gold can first to teach the dog to sniff the? It's so confusing.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. I don't understand it still. Like
there's shenanigans afoot here.
Yeah, shenanigans.
Absolutely.
So what was that anyway? But yeah, like if you can find a wee 12 deck like Punk IPA, get on it. See what the crack is. But finally on the beer news then, a grilled cheese and craft beer stalls opens in Plymouth Market. I only included that because I love grilled cheese and beer. That's pretty much it.
Do they complement each other though? Can you have a grilled cheese and beer?
That's what I was thinking. I don't think so. I think there's like when you're having grilled cheese, that's like 3 different types of cheeses. Normally it's like 5 to 7 slices melted.
Yeah.
So it's very heavy. So you'd need to have probably like a session APA or something very light, something very juicy to kind of complement it. And even at that, you probably only have 1 or 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's fucking. So it's a lot going on there, like.
Yeah, I mean it's too much going on. But there you go. I actually got a question this week as well.
Nice one.
Specifically about No Crack November, and it was basically directed towards bourbon. It's from Sylvia, and she says, "Bourbon, how was it for you with Seán being off the beer for a month?"
Where is he? Was it tense? Bourbon? Is he gone? Is he hiding under the couch away from your rage?
He's eating a blanket.
He's very busy.
He's a busy guy. I mean, he doesn't need these questions.
Yeah. Like I've been over the years. Like bourbon does not stop. He is a busy man. Like
he's got a lot going on. I mean, he's chewing the sofa. He's eating the leg of the table. He's eating one of his toys. I mean, there's a lot going on. He doesn't need questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, taking on from that, how was the actual month off? Because I mean, it's not the first time you've done No Crack November, but is it like I tried to do it in solidarity with you and forgot after 2 days. My brother
yeah.
handed me a beer and I drank it, and then someone was like, "You don't have to drink," and I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake."
Yeah, it was like a day in, wasn't it?
2 days. Like I said, the on Friday, I was like, "I'll do it with you, man." And then I went home and I was watching football and I got handed a beer. Totally forgot.
Oh fuck.
No, absolutely no. Yeah, no
Yeah,
willpower whatsoever.
I think I thought it'd be easier this year because we're in lockdown, nothing's happening. We're not going out and stuff like that.
Yep.
Because last year I was going to gigs and I was out with mates and all, and basically a lot of the time, all my mates were drinking all these nice beers and delicious pints of Guinness. One particular time we were up on the Empire, and they were hammering all these nice fucking Christmas whiskies. And there was one time we were in McHugh's. McHugh's is probably one of the finest pints of Guinness we get in the city. I was off it, and you know what? I thought, last year, if I got through last year, all these fantastic experiences, it's going to be easy this year. But then this year, it was actually harder because all my mates are texting me going, "Oh, don't want to come around for a weekend." I'm just like, one, it's illegal, and then
Yeah.
two, no, I'm off it. um, but
I
yeah,
love when stuff like that happens though. Your mates are like, let's go and drink fine whiskies and smoke cigars and have delicious pints of Guinness. And then when you're back in the drink, they're drinking a bottle of buck in a fucking alleyway. Like,
yeah, this is it. Yeah. So yeah, it was definitely challenging this year, I think, because like obviously everything sucks. And it's nice to unwind with like a nice wee can or a tasty bottle or something like that there, but got through it. Um, I think specifically just because I'm stubborn and I was like, I'm not gonna give in. I'm not gonna just hammer the beers into me and stuff like that there. Like, so yeah, it
no,
was
fair
pretty cool.
play, fair play. Throw it
Yeah,
up, throw it up.
good vibes.
Here, I was thinking as well. Are we are we able to traditionally grade your beer because you made it?
Yeah, like we should
This is
do
like
that.
this is like a
Yeah,
fully this is like a fully new thing for cans across the world.
yeah, that's like I was saying. It's kind of like if you're at a party, you've stuck on your own band, and then you're kind of like looking at everybody in the room, just going, "What do they think about it?" um, yeah. Do you want to rock with a rating?
Yeah, I'm happy with this one. There's
Yeah.
just something really nice about this. Like that's all I have left in my glass. But every time you put your nose to the beer, it's just so fucking just that malty and then like really fruity or something. It's nice.
Yeah, it's kind of. It seems like it's becoming more alive the more.
And also as well, not really easy to drink because it's not wild fizzy. Like it's a pale like so it's not really bubbly and frothy. It's fucking lovely.
Yeah, it's really light in carbonation and stuff like that. There.
I think it might be. I was gonna say I just realized that smell. It might be some of the sugars as well because obviously it's been in so it's in the bottles fine and so that's what's really bubbling up. It could probably be that because we poured it straight out, didn't leave it sitting. It's good.
Yeah, because I'd actually left it an additional 4 days in like a conditioning stage as well. The conditioning stage allows it to like get more flavor about it and stuff like that. So instead of like taking it out, I could have took it out 4 days earlier. But if you leave it, gets more flavor. Uh, so yeah, that's probably what you're tasting as well. A bit heavier.
Yeah, definitely a bigger flavor than a 4.5, but that's good to know that you can get that kind of big flavor without obviously being blocked. Because normally when you're getting something that we're like, oh wow, that's so massive, it's like two beers in and you're trying to
Yeah.
fight the dog. You know what I mean? So,
It's like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
yeah.
Bit of that. Um, yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and like it's got a nice cling to the glass as well. I don't know if you can say that in the camera.
Yours keeps disappearing because you got a background. Yep. I don't have as much cling of mine because I've been swishing mine like a dickhead. So
Yeah,
I'm just cleaning the glass as I go.
there you go.
Like it's fine brandy, but yeah, there you can see the cling there from even when I stopped spinning. So it's good.